Good evening, everyone, and welcome to A World Awakening. You see on the screen, my partner in peace, Rupert Guy, is joining me tonight. No introduction required if you are a regular viewer of A World Awakening. Rupert has been on the show several times. I'm feeding my dog nudges right now, which are that was the way I enticed her. Okay, best dog treat on the planet. You're looking at it right here. Very healthy. Here you go, baby. Here's my sweet baby. Oh, it's the peanut butter cup. It's the princess. Okay, so eventually when she's done snacking, she will join me in my lap, and then there will be three of us. And of course, the magic man behind the curtain is our producer, Bill. Um, and we're spreading some good news in our previous hour, as you were my co-host on Soul School. So take it away and tell our viewers on World Awakening this evening why we have partnered in the way that we have, and why we are partners in peace, and what we are doing and where we are going, because we've decided to begin a movement.
Yeah. Well, to put it bluntly, succinctly, Andrea and myself, we're trying to save the world. We're trying to save humanity. And we're doing this not by battling people, not by forcing anything upon anybody, but we're doing it with peace and love. And that's pretty much it. We both have connections with non-human entities, intelligent non-human entities. And I'm not just talking about Peanut.
Although I think Peanut could run the world very successfully.
Oh, I think dogs would do such a good job if dogs were in charge. They would do a much better job than is going on right now. But we both have relationships, friendships with non-human entities, cosmic beings, and this has been proved to us many, many times. And they are supporting people around the planet who are working towards a vision that they agree with. And my vision is universal peace, universal love, universal happiness. And that's why Andrea and myself are working together, because we both share that vision for the future. And our methods, our core methods for achieving that vision are also the same. And that is to spread love and light and happiness and wisdom, respectfulness. And we disagree on a few different things, but we learn from each other's differences, and we embrace those differences, and we're okay with our differences. We need, as a planet, to be okay with each other's differences if we are to survive this. So yeah, that's why we're here. That's why Andrea and myself have teamed together, and we see that there are problems on the planet. And as I said in at Andrea's previous show, Soul School, her and Jeff outlined in Soul School of last week on October 13th, outlined one of the problems in Israel and that surrounding area very clearly and articulately. But there are other problems. There are wars elsewhere in the world. There are over 20 wars going on this planet right now, and many more smaller armed conflicts. There are over 13,000 nuclear weapons ready to go. And that's not even to mention things like climate change, which is pushing us towards the edge of extinction. And we've already started the sixth mass extinction on this planet, human-caused mass extinction. We have some problems. And I think today, Andrea, if it's okay, I wouldn't mind just talking about one little problem. It's not so little, But before we go into manifestations and solutions, I don't know if you'll be okay with me proceeding.
Anything you want. This is you. This is your show tonight. This is our project, but it's your show. And I don't know anyone, not anyone, who is more tapped in, turned on, and tuned in to the galactic wisdom. Your show does begin, it premieres November 2nd. I highly encourage everyone who is a viewer of A World Awakening to take that quantum leap with Rupert. And I'm certain I will be an occasional guest on your show. I'm sure of it.
I think that is certain.
But just for what you do, your methodology, your philosophy, your approach to all of this are so closely akin to my own that I think that it will be a very comfortable place in cyberspace for people to land. And I will always be there cheering you on. I'm so, so impressed by you, but I'm proud of you too, because you saw the light. And the reason you see the light is because you are the light. And so it is with great pleasure and humility that I bring you forth on this show to guide others to follow what you are doing and where you are doing it. And we'll be traveling together. We'll be doing different events together in 2024 and beyond. And I feel that we're at a pivotal time. We are at a true inflection point. We are in the midst of the paradigm shift. And my attitude is that there's no sitting on the fence. You have to, love is an action word. It masquerades as a noun, but it's a verb. And when you put that love into action and you put, it's our superpower. And when we become the force, then it's extraordinarily easy to get to that place of peace. And I truly believe that peace on earth begins with each one of us as individuals. And when we can achieve that, then we spread that light. And I very often say, be the light you seek, be the change you wish to see in the world, quoting Gandhi. And apropos at this critical juncture, I think another quote from Gandhi is particularly important, and that is, an eye for an eye makes everyone blind. So we need to wake up knowing that when you wake up, you can't go back to sleep. We are at a time where we are witnessing our world awakening to the horrors that exist in it by our own hand. The damage that we're doing, I said last week, the water buffalo are not causing climate change. Cows in the field are not causing climate change. Squirrels are not causing, we are doing this. We are doing this. And, if people have a different attitude about that, and you happen to be really well invested in ExxonMobil and you just don't want to hear it because, that's a source of your income. I get that. I do. We all have to make a living. We all have to keep a roof over our heads. But the truth is that the people who are profiting off of the decimation of this planet, they don't seem to understand they can't take that money with them. And that maybe there's a higher purpose and a higher calling, and that is to preserve the planet. So, we talk about that a lot on this show, a lot. But, you and I last week, we did a Zoom session that I want you to talk about because it was particularly, was inspirational to me. And we started with 13 people. We just put it out there and said, join us, come into our Zoom session. And 13 intelligent, articulate, enlightened people joined us for just an extraordinary meditation that you guided, and then a conversation that left everyone floating. And who doesn't want to float? I talk frequently about the river of life and how when we're little, we're afraid of its power and we toe dabble, to see how fast it's going and how the water feels between our toes. And then we get a little older and we're tired of sitting on the shore and we want to swim in this river of life, and we're afraid, but we do it anyway. And then when we realize as we're swimming that we're building our strength and we're building our strength, there's some quirk in humanity that suddenly says, oh, what I want in this life is up around the corner, around the bend. I can't see it, but I know it's there. And then we begin swimming against the current and we become exhausted and our lungs burn and our muscles ache. And if we persist and persist because we think that's what's expected of us, we can actually drown. And when you get to that point of crisis in your life, that is the moment when you have to make a decision. And the easiest thing to do is flip over and float and let the current carry you, because the universe knows the way and the destination is the journey and the journey is the destination. So pretty much everybody that watches the show has heard that from me before, but I would like your perspective on this. And then if you would be so kind to guide us through a meditation tonight at a time when I think everyone that's tuned into this show could really use some uplifting from the morass of the sadness that we all feel about what is happening on our planet right now.
Okay. Well, I'm happy to give you my perspective. I feel like you've just summarized everything so well. I almost feel like we should say, Bill, we're done.
And it'd be like, no, we've got 45 minutes left.
The things I was going to talk about, you just summarized so much more concisely, but I will continue anyway. You mentioned the Zoom meetings that we're having.
Mm-hmm.
There are problems going on around this planet, and they're big, big problems. But don't give up hope. There is big hope to be had, and Andrea and myself, we know, with help from our cosmic friends, we know how to solve these problems. Now, that doesn't mean they're going to be easy to solve, but it does mean that you, as individuals, the people listening to this show, there is a path that has been laid out by our cosmic friends and given to us, and we're giving it to you. And it is a path towards bettering the world. And we would like to share that path with you. First of all, do keep coming to Soul School and a World Awakening and the other wonderful KGRA shows, because learning and listening is part of becoming wiser, part of ascending. We all need to ascend to higher levels. But a specific path that Andrea and myself are opening up to you all is to attend our weekly Zoom meetings. And these Zoom meetings are start with a 20-25 minute world peace manifestation meditation. Manifestation is a real ability, a real strength, a real power that we have to guide our progression into the future in a direction that we would like, we intend. And so during those Zoom meetings, we start off with a World Peace Manifestation. We had 13 people last Wednesday do that. We would like to get 100 people doing it this coming week. And we invite all of you who are listening to join our Facebook groups where we will post the event. We invite you to join us in that Zoom meeting, because the more people who are manifesting world peace, the more powerful it is to achieve that. And we do have little after parties afterwards, which are so joyous. You get to hear me singing out of key, and yeah, we have some songs, book readings, question and answer sessions. We get to know each other as individual human beings. So yes, please do join us. Would you like to tell everybody the name of your Facebook group, Andrea?
Yes, because you seem to have a little trouble, and I'll say it in a proper British accent. I invite you all to join the Buttercup Brigade. It is Linny. Everybody knows Linny. She's in the chat rooms. She's all over the place right now. Is the admin. She'll let you right in. She'll send you right along the path. If you need to be in touch with me personally, she's your go-to gal. And she'll let me know who needs to have a private conversation or whatever. And I try very hard to make myself available for that. And it gives me an opportunity to get to know my people, my tribe, my family. You are all an extension of my family. And the love that I feel, I couldn't make a difference in this world without you. I guess that's really the best way to put it. Now, I said one time to Paula Harris, I was doing her show, the founder of Starworks Symposium, and I said, Paula, sometimes I feel like I am just screaming into hurricane force winds. And my message is just being dispersed into the ether, and no one hears me. And her response was, they hear you. They hear you. And so I feel very much supported in my work, because I know that it's important. I know that I do everything with the very best of intentions, and always for the greater good, always. I think that one of the things that we need to develop more as earthlings, as human beings, well, it's really twofold. I think that we need to get back to that part of us that can experience real empathy. And I know this because the people that have been reaching out to me in the last couple of weeks since the crisis in Israel and Gaza are telling me they feel the grief and how bereft these families are that have senselessly lost their loved ones in the most brutal way imaginable. And it's that sense of being able to put yourself into the shoes of another human being that is integral and pivotal to our own individual spiritual ascension. So increasing and getting back to that part of us that knows how to empathize with others is extremely important. That is part of it. But also, there's a word that I all but worship, and that word is altruism. And that means doing something for others with absolutely no expectation of that kindness extended being reciprocated. It's pure true love. When you love another so deeply and truly and purely, that that's the gift, that's the reward. Then when you achieve that mindset, you are the beacon in the night. You are the light you seek. And these two things, coupled with the two most important questions that humanity grapples with and seeks an answer to, I've had the privilege to find. And the first one is, are we alone in the universe? No, we're not by a long shot. And the other is there something beyond our mortal existence? Yes, there is. I know this. It's not wishful thinking or, hopefulness or anything other than knowledge for me. This is knowledge that I have attained through my own personal experience. And I invite others to partake of that experience and that knowledge. And that's why A World Awakening was reborn. It began as a blog talk radio show years and years ago that I started with George Lopez, my co-author on In a Flicker. Oh, by the way, Rupert, not to, hop, but I'm about halfway through your unbelievable book, Realities.
Fantastic.
I wish that I had more time to read, but generally after moving all day long, every day for 3 weeks, I pretty much crash and burn. But I've been spending and rereading, going back and rereading because it's lyrical, it's beautiful. I don't know if Bill's got the link to put up, but seek out Realities. It's fabulous. It's a wonderful, wonderful contribution to the discourse, and I congratulate you on it. And tell everybody about your show. Go just go ahead, because they need to know, and they're not going to know unless you tell them.
Yeah, we're going to need 3 hours tonight, I think. Can we
I
just
think so.
cancel the show that follows on after this one?
Yeah.
So your Facebook group is called Buttercup Brigade?
Buttercup. Say it properly.
Okay.
Buttercup. Like Princess Buttercup.
Buttercup Brigade.
There you go.
Mine is Galactic Wisdom. My Facebook group is Galactic Wisdom. Please join that if you would like to attend these world my brain's going world peace manifestation meditations every week. The Galactic Wisdom KGRA show begins, is begin the right word? Launch? Release?
World premiere.
World premiere.
Global, baby. Global.
Yeah, the world premiere of Galactic Wisdom is on November the 2nd at 6 p.m. ET. So that's exciting. And yes, so you asked me to lead a meditation, a manifestation meditation, but I want to explain what manifestation is first. And Andrea, did you bring your 2 quarters?
No, I didn't. I do have a really nice piece of abalone, though. I was busy. I had to get just for the dog and refresh my drink.
It doesn't matter, but I'm going to explain it. But I will let you know, I sometimes dabble with American accents, but saying what this is in American, that's beyond me, because there's 2 sounds close to each other. Corridor. It's too much for me. I can cope with water because there's just one, but corridor, no. So this is a quarter. And I invite the people at home to have 2 quarters. It doesn't even need to be quarters, 2 coins with the heads and something else, heads and the tails. And I'm telling you this because you can use these 2 coins to practice manifestation, and you can improve with practice. So what you're going to need to do is simply toss these 2 coins, flick them in the air, let them land on your hand or on the floor or anywhere. And when you do that, if we were not meditating, manifesting, if we were just letting it happen randomly, we would expect that if we, say, did this 20 times, you would end up getting overall approximately the same number of heads as tails in total, if you add it all up, approximately that. And the more you do that, if you were to draw a line of heads up, tails down, the more that line would steady towards the middle at about 50-50. With manifestation, you can make the outcome move in either direction, more heads or more tails, using the power of your mind, of your consciousness, of your psychic ability. Just like we have the power to physically move a quarter and place it as heads or tails, you can use the power of your consciousness, your psychic ability, to psychically manifest more heads coming up than tails. Now, it's manifestation doesn't mean you can do anything. Doesn't mean you can do the impossible, because by definition, the impossible is not possible. You can't do the impossible. You cannot flick this in the air and have it come down and land as a plate of Welsh rabbit. That's English food. It's gonna come down as a coin still. But what you can do is manifest towards something that is possible, and it's possible for it to land heads, it's possible for it to land tails. And what you can do is you can, now the way we manifest, the way we try and make it come up, say, more heads than tails, is we focus our intent on those coins, our intention for them to land heads up. And if you do this well, you will get 2 heads coming up. If you don't do it so well, you'll get 2 tails coming up. And if you're just about average, you'll get 1 head and 1 tail coming up. And practice. And what I find works well, because when I started doing this, I really was not very good, and I was getting more tails than heads. But I've got better at it. And what you want to do is you want to feel your spirit, tune into your spirit, connect your spirit with the coins. And then beyond that, connect your spirit with the coins into the future. And when you see into the future, imagine looking into the future, and there are many possibilities in the future of how these coins will land, where they will land. What you want to do is envisage, see in your future 2 heads coming up. 2 heads coming up, and you can use a bit of emotion with this. You can envisage seeing 2 heads in the future, and you're really happy about that.
Because 2 heads are better than 1.
Well, there you go. That's awesome. The most success I had with this is when I told people, listen, if we get a certain number of heads, I will bring out the vegan ice cream from my freezer, and then we suddenly did far better than we'd ever done before.
I still can't get past the Welsh rabbit, what, first of all, I love bunnies alive. First of all, that's
Okay.
that. But that you did not pull from your consciousness some vegan delectable dish instead of Welsh rabbit. I'm sorry, I can't get past
Well, it's actually, the true pronunciation is Welsh rabbit.
rabbit. I knew that. See,
what it is
because I knew that
is cheese on toast.
it is.
That's what it is. But in England, we just say Welsh rabbit.
Yeah.
But
they eat rabbit. They do.
Oh, well, as a kid, I grew up eating the rabbit that my dad found lying around, and on the side of the road and stuff. We would have rabbit Cornish pasties and things like that. So I know that. I know the taste of rabbit, but I would not kill a rabbit or be responsible for a rabbit's death today.
Yeah.
I have desert cottontails, lovely desert cottontails outside my home. Yeah, I adore them.
I adore them.
So, shall we do a manifestation
Yes,
meditation?
let's.
Okay.
Let me get Peanut. Oh, I'm sorry, she's sleeping already. You've already put my dog in a coma. Try not to put me there, because if you do, then you're going to have to finish out the show all by yourself.
Okay. Right. So I'm going to invite all of our family who is out there listening to us or watching us to get yourselves into comfortable sitting or lying positions, to silence your devices so that you don't get interrupted. I will advise anybody that's listening to us while driving a vehicle not to
Close their eyes.
not to close your eyes and not to listen too deeply. Just listen casually while humming a tune and tapping your feet and staying alive.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to close our eyes and we relax our bodies. And we just calm our minds. And first of all, we're just going to think of our bodies relaxing a little bit at a time. Consciously let go of the tensions in the muscles in your feet and your lower legs. Relax your upper leg muscles. Relax all muscles below your waist. We consciously let go of tensions in our back muscles and all other muscles in our torsos. Relax your shoulder muscles. Let go of tensions and stresses in your upper arms, your lower arms, and your hands. We relax the muscles in our necks, our heads, and our faces. I always focus a little bit more intensely on our faces because that's where it's sometimes hard to let go of tensions. So let the muscles in your foreheads unfurrow, disengage, relax. Let the muscles that surround our eyes relax and release all those tensions. And try and picture in your mind now your entire body. Try and feel your entire body is fully relaxed and calm, at ease. And let us feel within us not just our biological components, but also our spiritual bodies. Try and see, try and feel the spirit coursing through your fingers, the palms of your hands. Try and feel, maybe see through your third eye, your psychic vision, the spirit coursing and flowing through your toes, your soles of your feet. Feel your spirit cleanly, harmoniously flowing up from your feet, through your legs, into your torsos, down your arms and hands, up through your spines, into your necks and your heads. See and feel your entire spirit, a beautiful human spirit. And the core of our spirits look human-shaped, but around that core is a beautiful aura, a beautiful spiritual emanation out into extra-dimensional spaces. And through our aura, through our extra-dimensional spiritual connections, we can touch every person on this planet, every animal on this planet, every spirit in the spirit realm, every advanced non-human entity, extraterrestrial or alien, that is out there in our solar system. And let us fill our hearts right now with love. And let us feel the love that we would like to share with all the beings I just mentioned. Let your heart grow brighter and stronger. Let your heart start radiating love outwards into the night, outwards through extra-dimensional spaces, Consciously radiate your love light to Andrea and myself and Bill and Peanut. Radiate your love to all human beings on this planet. And right now make a decision. Does it feel right to not include anybody on this planet? To me, it feels right and good to radiate love to all, non-discriminatorily. Let us radiate our love to all the animals on this planet. We care deeply about all conscious, emotional beings. We radiate love to spirits in the spirit realm, including friends and family who may be there, and they may be spatially somewhere else, but they exist right here and right now. And when you radiate love to them, they feel it, they know it, and they will be with us. They will be with you. Radiate love to all beings that are out there that we sometimes call alien or extraterrestrial. Whatever their names, we radiate love to them, and we ask them now, please be part of our loving family. Be part of our galactic family. Be part of our universal family. And picture our spirit arms wrapping around everybody that's in this group right now. Whatever species, we love you all. Let us go further than loving each other. Let us, for a second or two, be a collective. Let us merge into each other. Let us do more than just walk in each other's shoes. Let us be each other and feel the love for us all. And let us absorb into this loving huddle the entire planet Earth. And let us see in our minds, through this love, any areas of conflict. Let us see anybody that's suffering or in pain. And let us smother them in love. And let us see a future ahead of us in which they gain strength quickly, their emotions are soothed, and they receive as much healing as is possible. And let us seek out and compel ourselves as a planet, our whole planet, to move into that future. We bring that future to us where injured biologically or emotionally are healed as quickly as is possible. Let us see in our minds any people out there, both now and in the next few weeks, who will have a weapon under their control and who have the ability to hit their target or to miss their target. Let us not force any individuals to do anything against their will, but let us go to them, fill them with love, and find within their minds and within their hearts the empathy that we feel for the people who may be injured. Let us impart that empathy upon them. Let us see a future out of all the futures ahead of us in which they find that empathy and they choose to miss their target or put their weapon down, to shoot the hill that's behind their target, to not hurt others. We see that future, we pull it towards us, and we make ourselves move along that timeline. Let us see in our minds the people who are in control of these conflicts, the people with power. Let us not right now move in here with any level of hatred. We don't need to like their actions. we are going to rise above this ongoing conflict that cycles around and around and around. We are going to evolve right now. And we embrace these leaders with our spiritual arms. We smother them in love, and we make them feel what it is like to be loved and how it would feel if they could love all of the people whom they have power over. Let us see a future in which they choose to back away from the conflict, to be content with what they already have, and to use their power to help others and to become loved in the future and remembered in the future for the good that they did on this planet. Let us see that future happening all around the planet in all conflict zones, and let us pull ourselves towards that future. Let us manifest that future. We embrace the entire planet with our love. And I thank, and we thank all the beings, human, non-human, that are participating in this, spiritual or biological. Thank you for helping us in our mission. And now we drift ourselves away from this group. We say goodbye. We come back to our biological bodies, wherever they are. We draw in our spiritual hands into our biological hands. We draw back in our spiritual feet into our biological feet. And we center our spiritual hearts where our biological hearts are. Let us hold on to this love that we have felt for everybody in the universe. Let us take it with us beyond this meditation, beyond this day, beyond this species. And we, when we're ready, can open our eyes and come out of this meditation. And we would like to do this with you every week. You are invited to become part of our Zoom meeting family. We had 13 last Wednesday. We would love for you all who are listening to join us, and we would like to have over 100 this coming week. And we would like to aim for over 1,000 in time, 10,000, 10 million. It's not an easy journey. There are obstacles along the way. There are human problems that we ourselves as individuals will face on this journey. Human obstacles. But we can overcome them. We can become more alien. We can become more ascended. We can become brighter, more loving, more wise. And we invite you to join us on this journey.
Oh, I really needed that. I particularly needed that today. Rupert, I don't know what it is that, the message, of course, is so poignant, but your delivery is hypnotic. And it does take me into a better place. It does. It takes me to a place that's so much better that I don't want to come back. So I can't think of any higher compliment to pay you than that.
Thank you very much.
I truly appreciate you being in my life, being as communicative, as attentive as you are. We do focus quite a bit of attention on each other. Every day we're in contact. Every day we check in with one another. I would like to encourage all of those as we awaken to this world unfolding before our eyes. I would like to encourage all of our extended family to take a few moments to reach out to someone who may desperately need to hear from you. Just the smallest kindness extended can change a person's life. It can even save a person's life. And I'll give you a case in point of that. I was walking into a grocery store, an innocuous grocery store one day, and it was during COVID, and everyone had masks on, which hides so much of our facial essence and our ability to communicate, but it also enhances eye contact. And I got my cart, and everyone was nervous. It was in the early days of COVID, no vaccine on the horizon, nothing. And I looked at the woman who, we both reached for the same cart at the same time. And I said, "Oh, here, you take it. You take it." And she said, "Well, that's very kind of you." And I said, "No big deal." And then I realized she couldn't see my face. She couldn't see me smiling. She might have heard that little lighthearted giggle in my voice. And I said to her, I said, "Well, it's just a sign of respect because I'm obviously older than you and you're obviously wiser than me." And we both laughed and her eyes just lit up. And I said, "And by the way, fabulous outfit." And I ran in and she's like, "Oh, thank you." And then we went our separate ways and we did our shopping. And wait, 5 minutes, Bill. Okay, now you're finagling with the clock again. I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to have to call him after the show and just, say what for about this. And we were checking out at the same time, and she was behind me in line. And I said, "Well, would you like to go first?" And she's like, "Oh no, I'm just going to return the favor because you gave me the cart." And then I had to get around her and I said, "Well, I bumped into her. As I was trying to get around her rear end and mine collided." And I said to her, "We're not allowed to kiss each other, but nobody said anything about not being able to dance cheek to cheek." And everyone around us just burst into laughter. And it was all the tension just went away. It was just gone. That fear of not being able to be close to each other. It taught us a great deal, I think, as a race, because we were literally plunged into a situation where the only way to show someone how much you really loved them was to stay the hell away from them. And so it was counterintuitive. It was counterproductive in terms of how we interact as a species. It taught all of us what social creatures we really are, because we missed that interaction. And for those few little moments, it was just so lighthearted and fun. And as we were leaving the grocery store, she kind of leaned over toward me as close as she felt that she could get without space invading. And she said, "I want you to know you made my day. I came here worried. I came here anxious. I came here feeling badly about everything. and I'm leaving feeling like a different person. Well, I'm leaving this show tonight because of you, uplifted, illuminated, and touched to the core of my being. And I thank you. I thank you for joining me tonight.
It has been such a pleasure, Andrea. That's a beautiful story. And, you know, one of the things that I perceive is that our society, the way it's set up, has so many masks, puts so many barriers up to what we as individuals need. Part of what I present to people is a thorough understanding, and I know you'll understand this being a psychologist, is Maslow's hierarchy of needs and associated wisdom. And humanity is, humans are not being fulfilled with, it's not just, you know, the fun, it's on all levels of needs. We're not getting what we need. When we do what we do, Andrea, and we connect people with each other in this way, we are fulfilling so many needs that people have. There's a real transformation going on this planet, and it's big, and its scope is far greater than even I've talked to you about.
It is transcendental.
Yeah.
It goes back to the mystics and you know, beyond. I mean, this is a process. You know, Bill's telling us 1 minute sorry. Like,
Okay. Goodbye, everybody.
I
I'm
love
gonna go get my vegan ice cream now.
He's going to go eat his vegan ice cream. I'm going to probably give another half of a nudge to the peanut for being so good. Just because she exists. I love her, and I love you all merely because you exist. And I will close the show out tonight with what you're used to hearing. It's more than a bumper sticker. Be the light you seek. We love you. We'll see you next week. Good night.